Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Sam and Mattie Make a Zombie Movie. And this is from directors Jesse Schumann and Robert Cannavale. And this film focuses on two young men with Down syndrome, Sam and Mattie, who set up a GoFundMe to try to create their own zombie film. And this is an interesting balance of documentary that's telling their story cut in with their actual film. And I felt like that was an interesting approach because, yeah, there's longer documentaries, but I feel like a lot of documentaries wind up being like 80 to 95 minutes or so, and this is close to 110 minutes. And we really do get to dive into their actual film that they came up with. And you start this film with this clip of them going on Conan's show and late night, and you get to see their personality, Sam and Mattie, and they get to have some fun moments, and it's a fun, endearing way to start this film off. And then we start getting introduced to them, and over the course of time, we get to see the two of them, their interactions, who they are, and their personalities. And they're really funny, honestly, and it's enjoyable to even just spend time with them while they're on screen. And honestly, if this was like a much shorter just documentary, that would have been enough, because it's an interesting story about allowing two people who honestly have conditions that a lot of people would just write them off as not being able to do a whole lot. But these two young men wrote and put together this film, and honestly, it is tons of B-movie genre fun. And the documentary is very endearing and very respectful in the way that it treats its subjects, the two of them, Sam and Mattie. And you gain a lot of respect for them, and you gain a connection with them, and appreciate all the work that they're doing and enjoy their work. Because their film is silly and just over the top ridiculous, and like they have a DJ Pauly D from like Jersey Shore who funded them a bit, and they definitely had some more like fun in terms of like the silly looking makeup and effects and ridiculousness of this plot, but they're so committed. And it's so very them, and I think that's the most endearing thing, because like I would have enjoyed their movie just from like an enjoyment standpoint. Obviously, it's not the strongest, purely well-made kind of film with like the deepest ideas and connections and stuff like that, and depth in terms of characters. It's just a fun, silly genre film with funny one-liners and those big hooks and crazy set pieces. DJ battles killing zombies with records, like chucking vinyls at their head and just like, and you know, fighting the devil and all of his big furry glory. And it's just such a weird movie that they create. And this documentary is so respectful and endearing of the way that it presents it, that you have fun listening about their story, and then even more fun watching the product of this journey. And honestly, I would have watched their movie anyway. It's silly and ridiculous and dumb, but a lot of fun. And I think this documentary does a fine job of showing respect to these two young men, highlighting their art and their journey up to this point, and defying a lot of odds that I think a lot of people might stack against them. But in the end, I think Sam and Mattie Make a Zombie Movie is a lot of fun. It's an endearing little documentary, and I think it's worth checking out. And it's a nice little story that deserves to be heard. So go show it some love. But those are my thoughts on Sam and Mattie Make a Zombie Movie. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.